If COVID never happened, what all would have you done in on past 4 months? Honestly, I'd probably just find something else to complain about. I would have some of the vision that I lost, because I spent months trying to find a neuro-ophthalmologist that would see me after I started going blind. That would be cool. But now I get to learn some interesting new skills, like find a new career that can be done when legally blind and don't walk into things that you can't see. It's an adventure. I used to work as a job placement specialist for individuals with disabilities. Now I'm a social worker. Shoot me a message and I can help you get in touch with some resources that could help with the job hunt, or I can offer some suggestions based on legally blind clients I've helped in the past. Edit. Thank you all for the wonderful comments. I just got off work and am going to enjoy my Friday evening. I'll be reaching out to all the individuals that are looking for help tomorrow and Sunday. People like you are what make the internet a good place. Based on their line of work, people like them just make the world a better place in general. Take my Vietnamese girlfriend to Vietnam for 2 weeks, she hasn't been there since she was 5 years old, and proposed to her. Thanks COVID. PS I proposed here in the States anyway. She said yes. Congrats. Sorry about the trip though. They can go anyway when things are back to normal. Congrats to him on the successful proposal. Honeymoon perhaps? I would have had to work only 40 hours a week instead of the 70 that I have. The stupid clients assume that since people are at home and under the fear of losing their jobs, we can overwork them to insanity. You sound like my friend, she's getting overworked and unfortunately is an exempt salary worker, so overtime isn't a thing. I think her company is a bitch for switching her to salary when all this hit. Edit. Thank you everyone for the advice and information. I'm going to share all this with my friend and see if there's anything she can do. Her exact words to me when I asked about overtime were, "I'm exempt though, still evil though to switch me to salary right before the busy season." She should check employment laws. Her company may be in violation and she may be entitled to additional pay. Edit. Maybe post a rask or two. Thank you. Based on your comment and others, I think it's worth looking into. I would have taken a kick-ass trip to Japan, which would have been way outside of my budget. Funny thing. I realized I wanted to go to Japan in the Olympics and I regretted not saving money. Next thing I know, Olympics are postponed, and I now have a chance to save. I even realized that my friend also wants to go, so I will no longer need to go by myself. He doesn't give a heck about the Olympics though. As long as they allow Americans, I'm ready to sue in Japan with Sapporo and soccer matches 2021. You bring the cocaine, I'll bring the dildos. Username checks out. Was supposed to go to Burning Cat. Using the vacation for my dad's funeral instead. I hate 2020. I buried my dad with my free summer this year as well. If you want to talk, you can DM me. Edit. It looks like a lot of us are dealing with similar losses this summer. I want to tell you all that we're going to make it, that it's okay to cry, and that I wish you all the closure and peace you need right now. I'm so sorry for you both. Losing a parent is so tough, and to lose them during this mess. I would have gotten my tooth surgery done and over with. I'll do it totally free and underground if you have pliers. Just an ice skate and a rock. And 80% vodka. Is the other 20% not vodka? The other 20 is water, the 80% is pure alcohol, my friend. We used all the vodka to make hand sanitizer, sorry. I used all the hand sanitizer to make my ties. I would have got married today. Here I can do the vows for you. Do you take your significant other to be your lawfully wedded husband-wife? I do. Congrats, you did married. Thanks, I'm honored. Edit. Can we have sex now? Wait, did we just get married? Surprise mechanics. Ah, my first Reddit marriage, and I didn't even know I was invited. I would have worn something more fitting instead of PJs and flip-flops. Congrats nonetheless. Would have kept my job, gotten a raise, a sizable bonus, moved out of my parents' house, and ultimately taken my plunge into independence. Edit. To whichever kind soul gave me platinum, thank you, it's my first ever award. Now how can I spend this on weed? I hear you. I've been independent from my parents for years now, but this was going to be the year I finally felt like an adult. I was under contract to buy my first house when I got laid off and the mortgage fell through. I was just starting to feel like I had my shit together. The year before I had made more money than any previous by a long shot and had no reason to think it wouldn't continue to be good. I would have been working. I would have been buying stuff for my new house. I had a trip to Europe planned for May. I had no idea how much I was taking for granted. Now I just sit on my ass in my overcrowded apartment and collect unemployment. It pays the bills, but I was so hyped to thrive financially instead of just making do. I've been trying to get unemployment but no luck at the moment. I'm waiting for a denial letter from normal unemployment before I apply for PUA unemployment. It took a couple months before I was able to get approved, and that was a very stressful time. Wishing you luck. I'm an independent contractor, so I would have been screwed when business shut down if it weren't for PUA. At least there's back pay once you do get approved. Honestly, about the same thing, edit. I feel accomplished, thanks. Same thing except I got fatter due to being at home all day. That's the reason I bought stationary bike and started heat exercises, lol. I got a Ring Fit for Christmas, and didn't really use it. Suddenly it's become amazing, lol. I would have gotten a full-time job at my internship after graduating. But they lost too much money during COVID to justify hiring me. Same boat here. A permanent position was all but guaranteed before COVID-related hiring freeze kicked in. I was really fortunate though. Followed up on an email from a recruiter and ended up in a much better place, both financially and career-wise. I hope things turn around for you before long. What was your field of study? The only difference is that we played DD over Roll20 Discord instead of in person. I miss those days when it didn't make much difference. I miss playing at all. Same. I moved to New York City in February, a few weeks before the lockdown started. I had a whole binder of things I wanted to see and do and a job I was excited about. But I got laid off as soon as things got started and everything I wanted to do became impossible, and some of it is probably never coming back. I would have been taking the train to every station, catching impromptu shows, hunting down the best open mics, trying to pin down the best pizza and burger, putting together a DD group, and traveling to other parts of the northeastern US that I've always wanted to see. I had big plans for this year, and am so heartbroken that all I've experienced is an endless chorus of sirens. So sorry for your loss. It's such a challenge to move to NYC and get yourself set up and be able to start enjoying yourself. I really hope things start moving in the right direction for you. I would have continued working 60+ hours a week at a job I hate, getting paid a pittance, instead of focusing on what makes me happy. I've taken that time to write my first novel. I'm a month away from completing my first draft. I would not be alive. I was planning to commit suicide. I would have been dead before the lockdown, but when everything shut down I had met someone and I immediately felt comfortable around them, and I was able to vent and release years of bottled up emotions, and she helped me work through things one at a time, which started giving me hope that maybe I'm worth something. Edit. Wow, I did not know replies can get this overwhelming, there are so many. Thank you all for the kind words. I don't have many positives, so this helps. Man, I'm so glad that happened to you. I was supposed to go to Paris and Amsterdam in mid-March, that got cancelled. I took Sketch 101 and 201 at UCB in fall and winter. I probably would have signed up for 301. A few of my friends' birthdays have passed, we probably would have done day trips or gone away for the weekend for those. Oh, and I would have been working this whole time instead of collecting unemployment.